For those of you that don't know me, I'm Sean Reitz, and I've been involved in this little industry of ours for about 2 years now, so I'm quite new to it. Some of you have been here a lot longer than what I have, and in the last year since DroneCon 2017, a huge amount has happened, and a lot's changing, and some of it, of course, is staying the same. So I put out I think it was a press release a little while ago that said 2018 is the year of the drone, and when I set this presentation up, I asked myself, is 2018 really going to be the year of the drone? Because there's still a lot of challenges involved. And that's what I'm hoping that over the next couple of days, we'll be able to find a collective way to be able to allow the drone industry to take flight literally and to move into a different space. I was thinking about what might be relevant to this, and John F. Kennedy is quoted as saying that we choose to do these things not because they're easy, but because they are hard. And I don't think anybody really wakes up in the morning and says, I really want to do something that's hard. I mean, I think most of us would like our day to go fairly well and not have too many unnecessary challenges. But the reality is that the drone industry, not just in South Africa, but globally, has a multitude of challenges. And over the next couple of days, hopefully we'll find ways to make it a little bit easier. Last week I attended a Harvard business program, and one of the Harvard lecturers was talking about startup businesses. It was an entrepreneurship conference or course, and the Harvard professor spoke about new businesses being a bit like 5-year-olds playing soccer. Everybody's running onto the ball, nobody stays in position. The rules are not really clearly understood. And everybody's just trying to do the best that they can, but it's properly messy. And it reminded me that that's probably where the drone industry is in South Africa right now. It might be getting a little bit better, but it's still very much along those lines. Keeping with a sort of a football theme, and I'm not a football person really, but I just sort of followed on from there. I think there is a real risk in the industry that we score own goals. And those own goals mean that we don't do things properly, we don't engage correctly, we outright create problems for ourselves. And I think that's a real challenge for this industry right now. Of course, when it comes to sport, there's always a referee. And in this case, most probably a lot of people would see the CAA as being the referee issuing the red card. And a lot of people on the other side are sitting there saying it's not necessarily fair. This is not fair. This industry isn't fair. It's too expensive. It's too difficult. It takes too long. Whatever the story might be. And I think that in some cases there might be merit to it, but in general, I think it's really about understanding and doing things properly. And that's hopefully what DroneCon is able to achieve. Over the next couple of days, the intention is to allow for learning. I mean, this event is set up around creating an environment for professionals in the drone industry from various areas to come together and to be able to share, to learn, to teach, and ultimately to make the industry better. Angela Duckworth wrote a book called Grit, and grit is really around perseverance and continued improvement, and I thought it was pretty relevant to where we are in this industry right now. In the book, she speaks about natural talent versus effort, and it's an interesting book to read if you are in a startup type of environment, or you in an environment where you're struggling, and really the nuts and the bolts of it is around effort. So if you take talent times effort gives you skill times effort gives you result. And I think the one thing that we need to be doing a lot more of is a lot more practice, a lot more effort to become better at what we do. Because, like I said earlier on, it's a little bit like the 5-year-olds on the soccer pitch that everybody's kind of trying to do their best, but it's a bit messy. The truth of the matter is that we need a professional industry. We need an industry that works within the rules, that ultimately has the capacity to grow and prosper, and ultimately a place that we can all be proud to say that we work within the commercial drone industry, and that we have a a real seat at the table in terms of job creation, in terms of revenue generation, professionalism, etc., etc., and probably most of all compliance. We need to make sure that we are compliant. If we do all these things and we work together as a collective, which includes the regulator and industry, we will eventually land up with a professional organization. And if we get to the stage where we've managed to iron out all these challenges and we land up with a professional organization, I think it's at that point that the industry can really start to prosper. I mean, the fact of the matter, certainly from my perspective, is that failure is not an option. I mean, we do these things because we believe that there's a future. We do these things because we believe it's worth the trouble. And if I look at DroneCon as an example, I mean, I thank you all very much for being here. I really do appreciate the fact that you've taken the time to attend. But I can tell you right now that setting up a conference like this is like herding cats. It really is difficult. If we look at the number of registrations, I mean, you'll see some of you would have got a handwritten sticker. It's messy. It wasn't supposed to be like that. But the sign-off for this conference was on the 8th of May. That was when we had to have catering numbers in. That was when everything had to be done. The number of inquiries that were coming in yesterday from high-level departments within the country saying, "Oh, we heard about DroneCon. We've got to be there. Give us a ticket." We do, and of course we want this to grow, but it doesn't make it easy and doesn't always make it look so professional. So I think from all of us, we want to move this industry to the next level. We want to make sure that we're able to drive the industry in the right direction and to create something that not just a South African thing, but ultimately an African opportunity. I think Africa is one of the big untapped markets. South Africa is a developed part of that market. And so, I honestly do believe that we can make 2018 the year of the drone. And I'm hoping that over the next couple of days, each of you will participate in the discussions, in the sideline conversations, and help to better understand how you can make your business and overall the drone industry the best that it can be.